may know, in Spain we were hitting. Oh, Jerome?
Yes.
No, something strange is happening. Okay, maybe in Spain is hitting very hard all the pandemic situation.
Yes.
And we're dealing with it. Right now we are not. It's not clear when we are going to get out of our homes and we can start our business or start to offer our services, and it's going to change everything. So we are struggling with it and with dealing with it. So if I can help anyone or give my options or my point of view, it will be great.
We'll get there, because I have a few things for you,
Okay.
a real interview, Rafa. That's your moment. Yeah, sure. And I just want to first of all give a quick story about how we started to interact. We connected back in, I think, 2012. I was
12.
for a lot of
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, I was looking for everything I could find on the internet about MovNat, and then I found you. And I sent you a message, and I was all stressed out about passing level 1. And you replied to me, and I was like, wow, Rafa Diez is replying to me. That's amazing. And you replied to me, okay, focus on this particular skill, crawling, balancing, and so on. And for me, that was a great way to start to have someone in the community responding to me. And from that point, I always thought about, putting myself in the shoes of the newcomers, when it's our duty to respond to people, to be, really helping each other, and like you did to me. So, muchas gracias.
De nada, hermano. No, not at all. It was a pressure because, when you contacted with me, it was very clear about your passion. When you were looking forward for something very clear, very specific. Most of the people say, "Well, what is movement?" Oh shit! Just I will try to explain, but hey, I want to do that and that. My main concern is about this. So wow, and why not? I think it should be useful for the humans to do that. Even more in the situation or in our business. I think one is the most problems about competition, about, hey, I'm over you or not over you. Most of us are alone, or we are starting from scratch, systems or programs or new trends. So I'm not consider that this is something special. Just it was an opportunity to meet you. And after that, long time ago, things are gonna be greater and greater. So I remember that conversation and these messages. Well, it was a safe place, and I I love that these good points will help you. But you are a master instructor. You have all that you have to do, and you have a very hard work on your shoulders, and it's working very very well for you. So I'm very I don't know what to say. Say okay, it happened, but I don't feel consider myself to be like a pioneer or like helping you. Just to say you okay, try this because this helped me. This is worked for me. So try it.
It's working because we have a strong community, because
Yeah.
we have a long-term goals, all of us. So tell us about your start, because I was talking about my start and asking you, but tell us about your start with MovNat, and how did it all start from you being like a certified trainer, and then creating R10, R10.
Well, it's very funny because when you start something, you don't realize that this gonna change somehow or some way. I started this focus on the natural mobility and natural movement and that kind of skills because of my accident. I had an accident, a motorbike accident that takes me in.
When was it?
I could on 2002 and 12, I guess. Not 2011. It was a long time ago, 2011. It's 3rd of May. It's almost close to this. This is my new birthday. Um, this makes me to start from scratch, and I realized that all my previous background about mountaineering, about cycling, hiking or climbing too, it was not transferable. It was not used. I can use it for a start. I started to swim. I started to Pilates, but I realized that I not feel confident. And I couldn't do normal life. Another my only option was uh, some traditional gym. So I started to look forward or try to investigate what are the other options. Um, I remember exactly the exact time that one video appears to me and say, "Well, the workout, the work forgot," and my wife said, "Wow, look at this guy." I said, "Okay, don't worry, but look at what he's doing. He's swimming, he's jumping, he's carrying stones. So yes, but look at him. No, but look what he's doing. So it's natural. It looks funny and it looks hard. So I will try to investigate that. Okay, and I started to understand what does. First of all, I thought that this was a trendy or just a fashion or a cool video, but what really makes me wonder was about what is uh, the background, what is the philosophy about that. Looking at that one, reading that one, or his conferences about what is natural movement, what is the aspect, the social aspect, what is the future or the future of fitness. So the domains, how was structured, how was implemented. This is a very specific, very well defined programming and system. So it's not about just moving, just having a fun time, a good time. It's like, well, you can explore, you can um, discover what are your weak points, and you can deal with it because not just compensatory movements or traditional gym. You can do what your body is intended to, what is designed to. It's to crawl, to jump, to some. It's very similar to parkour sometimes. So through running, just to sometimes you can swim, you can lift heavy things. So it has everything, and it's the most important is common sense. It's closing the circle. So it's okay. It's logical. It's universal. It's important to do it. It's rational. So it's not about wow, let's do it, crazy things, very loud music, like entertainment. It's not about having a good time. It's like, hey, you are going to explore. You're going to define. You have to look inside you. You have to crawl. You have to feel the grass. You feel the sun, the earth. So it's not comparable with anyone, with anything. So it was great for me to discover that something this exists, something in this way exists, and it was implemented.
And
Of course, in US, in Europe.
Rafa, that was just after your motorbike accident?
Yeah, of course, because I have to start again. I have to start to recover. Of course, I have my physiotherapist. I have my personal trainers. I try everything. I started to when I spent almost 1 year in a swimming pool just to recover my back, spine, and doesn't work because I didn't feel confident. I feel better. I can walk again, but I didn't feel confident. I think that I will never run again or be wild again. I came back. I came from the north of Spain in a mountain city, always chasing hunting, always skiing. And it was very far from my mind at this point. I said, wow, I will never do that. And the doctor say, oh, well, you are lucky you can walk again. So last 10 years of your life will be in a wheelchair. So you have to find, you have to, this is the what you have to do. And I feel that when I started to learn how to walk, how to jump, how to be technical, and can be adaptable. It was the key point, to be adaptable. No other option or system was focused on that. So it was okay. You are here, but you can do that. But you have to can do this way. You have to focus on the efficiency. So it was very scientific in my opinion. It was not so about let's try things. It's about, wow, let's do that and that and that. And this is the proper position, and this is the skills you have to do prior to do things. So it was, wow, it's well organized. And it was what I fall in love with, in my opinion, of MovNat. Krista, I see you.
Yeah, Krista, if you can mute your microphone would be good. Thank you. So, Rafa,
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. So when you discovered MovNat and all those benefits that you just explained, how did it work at the time? Because back then MovNat didn't have the same structure, you know, the certifications and you know the instructors all over the world like this. So how did you do that? How did you meet Erwan or Vic? Or tell us about this story, because I think it's interesting.
Well, it was a funny story. You know, can you imagine that when you are thinking about a new car or a new thing, or your wife is pregnant, and in this time all of you can see it's pregnant girls and the same color of your car. So maybe there was there, but you never realized that it's there. So I started to watch videos and started to appear some offers, and I don't know why. It was a certification, and it was not so close for my city. I guess was in Berlin. I guess, I don't know. But I say, oh wow, I will try to save, because I guess it's interesting. But after that, it was an announcement that in Madrid, in my city, there was a level 1 certification. So I said, wow, this is the universe. The universe that is being aligned for me. So I did it, and it was an amazing experience. It was with Joseph Larsen. It's a very Germanic guy, and it was, well, doing it that way. So it was so interesting points of view about discussing how to connect with people, how to teach, how instruct the techniques that I realized that is what I'm looking for. And after that, we were talking with Erwan, and we were talking with other people that it was in the very beginning of MovNat, and say, okay, we would like to start MovNat in Spain. How we can do it? Because we think that is really useful for people, and we think that people should be accessible for that. Maybe in US it's very easy, but not here in Spain or even in Europe. Erwan told us that it was thinking about make a retreat in the south of Spain, okay, it was our opportunity, and we met Erwan there in Tarifa in the south of Spain. It was 1 week of retreat, and it was amazing. It was with Jessica, with Erwan. It was very, very interesting. A lot of people from Europe, that most of them, they are not certified people. They were people that were even not related with the physical movement or culture. So it was very interesting, a mix of profiles. And the first time you met Erwan, I met Erwan, was say, wow, very deep concept, very deep, interesting conversations. And I spent one of the best weeks of my life, because changed a lot of concept about my perception of exercise. It shouldn't be workout, shouldn't be timing, with shouldn't be, it was a lot of possibilities. You have a lot of things to explore, more complex things to explore.
Excellent. No, I was muted because I wanted to hear you well. There are some background noises. And yes, I think we already discussed this, the two of us, about this Tarifa experience.
Yeah.
And this is the thing where a lot more people now ask about retreats. They ask also about certifications, but once you are certified, people still want to hang out and have meetings with the community. And retreats are great for that, because we have time. That's why the level 3 was kind of a retreat. Level 3 was 4 days together in the mountains, and mixed between the gym and the mountain. And as soon as we'll be able to travel again and organize more projects, retreats are important, because they did it back then in Thailand. They did it in Costa Rica, I think.
Costa Rica.
Of course, in the US and West Virginia. and also one in Tarifa in Spain. So
I guess I encourage everyone if they can take time to have 1 week of full immersion in the MovNat philosophy. It's a good experience, even if they are level 2 or level 3 or level 1. It's always learning from how the people interact with each other, how they move in nature, how, of course, in Tarifa retreat was there all sorts of things, good and bad things, and it was very different from other retreats I were. But the most important, in my opinion, is to spend 4 days together. Um, Maybe the first day you are, well, everything is correct. The second day, but the third day you are tired, you are relaxed, you get confident. This is when the retreat starts really. So you find out how people react against stressful sensations about starving, about the night, about how people wake up very familiar or very happy. So it's I encourage everyone if you have the opportunity to go to a retreat or an immersion or all the experience of MovNat, because they are full package. It's not about only exercise, about thinking about what we are going to do, what we want to do. So I hope that soon we could travel or we go to a very close, I hope, retreat, and meet all over the game. Because, as you say, level 3, I found out so amazing people like Ken, like Chi, like everyone. So all of you, they're amazing people. But when we are interacting and we are playing and we are dealing and struggling with our weakness, and we are running, or it's like in community, like a tribe, like a crew that is all together, one captain. It's amazing. It's a good sensation.
yeah, so we have different concepts. The jungle immersion, for example,
Yeah.
where we can do. I think Danny did one in Colombia recently, in San Rafael. I think it's in Antioquia province. But I heard it was a great immersion. And of course, we do our Mexico retreat every winter for Europe in January. So and if the MCT community wants to give us some good ideas, with good locations as well, to do new events, one in
Yeah.
Europe, for example, that would be fantastic because we aim at south of Europe. Why not Spain again?
Of course, it would be great. I will be eager to do it even more. I will be. It will be challenge if we make extreme immersions or extreme retreats. Imagine the coldest situations or the hardest situations, just to find out if we are able to do it. If we are, imagine, you can go by travel. We can go to the jungle. That everything is under control. Maybe you can climb, you can do it. But if you are in a very extreme situation during 3 or 5 or 10 days, survival, or even an extreme demanding situations, it would be great to test ourselves if we can, or if the mind or our body is the first to be defeated, to be. So it would be great if we will make retreats just to learn, just to explore, just to spread our message, and also retreats for challenge ourselves to make special demands or focus on special adaptative techniques or skills to the cold, to the hot, to the starvation, to the fighting, to the no, I don't know, but it will be a good idea. Of course, in Spain, it will be great if you come here again. I can organize if you want for next month. You want?
And we have so many ideas. The only problem we have is to organize it. To set
Yeah,
it.
of course.
I've done one in Brazil last
Oh,
December, and we had a specialist of jungle immersion there. His name is Victor Calaha. He's a
Victor.
great guy, and we could see that he doesn't train. He moves all day long, and he's like a real animal in this jungle, and we
Yeah.
hard time to catch up with him. And what you said about cold adaptation, heat adaptation, mosquitoes, ants in your feet, when you have to have the reflex to put your feet in the river just to remove those ants of your feet that are
Remove.
very, very brutal in Brazil. You know, those are the things
Wow.
that you don't find in a gym. Those are the things, you know, you don't deal with in a gym. The gym can be a great home for to prepare you for that, but then you have to test it. So, speaking of the gym, tell us about your gym, the R10
I can live.
Entrenamiento
Really,
Natural.
yeah, really, it's not a gym. I don't like at all the word gym. I think I call myself like a laboratory. It's a space to offer people a space to explore, to think about. It's like an university. You go, I will show you something, but you have everyone has the opportunity and the responsibility to investigate, to test, to try, fail and error, understand what they are they good or they have to improve. So if I have, of course, machines or it's nonsense. It's a flat space. I have brachiations or like hanging systems. I have some um, very easy equipment, but most of the things we do it's like hanging, like rolling, jumping. But after all, it's a indoor gym. The problem is that you can do a little bit things like balance beams, like do okay. It's cool to start. It's cool to get used, to get confidence, but it's a very big gap between indoors and outdoors. When we come out to the closest park, and we realize that oh, everything's slippery, everything is wet, something is not easy. People is looking at us, so the branches are not so so hard. They are big enough, and most of the people is very funny when new one comes to the laboratory, to the gym, to the facility, say, wow, but these these bars are so thick, or this is not the. But sorry, I can put my gloves, and everyone is starting to laugh. Say, okay, every one of us starting the same way, in the same point, asking for magnesium, asking for. So now, most of the people starts like in a gym perspective and change the point of view about wow, I can go traverse, I can jump and roll, and so it's like one said to me, it's like, oh, right now I can do different things in a complex environment. When I came out, I want to play in a park, for instance. I can see right now things that I can use to play. So people is expanding their mind about they can use things to jump, to climb, to hang, to carry. So and they don't even realize that they were there in all over the time. So they are opening their mind about physical activities, not about doing a workout or doing a small exercise. They are complex environments to play or to struggle with it. So my laboratory is open for everyone. It's very different profiles, from the very beginners to people that is very fit and very confident, and all of them are the same time and on the um, circuit and the same they're doing the same things with progressions. All of them, they know that they have to do their own best. I'm not looking at them. I'm not testing them if they are in the best way, in the best position. Okay, you can do it better. You can do it more efficiently. You can do it with less expenditure of energy. You can do it with more fluency. So do it one time, two time. Your internal fighting is with do it with less noise, with more precision. So it's a playground. In my opinion, it's a playground. Right now we are closed because of the pandemic. I'm pretty sure it's going to be very difficult for us to start again. I'm not sure if we are going to open. we are thinking about what are the new options we are going to do. We are starting to reduce the number of people in the same place, about 50% or 30% of the people. Not so much at the moment, but even less. A lot of we're always trying barefoot, but we have to think about the people is coming in, coming out, uh, keeping the 6 feet of distance. It's I'm sure that most of the people is not going to be worried about, but we are going to test the temperature. We are going to do our best, but I think I'm not sure if the people is coming back to the gyms, to the closest gym. So maybe it's a good opportunity to open gyms to the outdoor, but
So,
not about not doing the same things outdoor, because you
yeah.
always will need a row machine or a dumbbell. No, it's about change your perspective. We are going outdoors to doing natural movement in a different way, well understanding with a circuit, with the metrics. So we will try, but not sure if people is change their mind about the situation.
So, Rafa, what makes you think that people will not want to come back in a gym the way they did before?
I think that people who is actually my students, they are coming back because it's a community. We every day, we have 3 times in a virtual sessions. People is encouraged themselves. They are talking. We are making making a very good nice group. But new people is going about, wow, I don't like gyms. I'm not going to go to gyms also because of the situation. So why I have to go to your gym? Why is different your gym? Because it's a boutique gym, the small gyms just for personal training. No, it's a gym, but it's difficult. It's strange because we have no machines. We do strange things. We roll, we carry, we jump. Okay, so I'm not sure new people is coming from the outside just to try movement. Maybe if we outside and people is looking at us and say, "Oh, what are you doing?" I'm going to try. Maybe it's a good position, a good point to start again. But what happens when it starts to rain, starts to be night, it starts to be cold? I know you are training every day in Budapest, snowing with cold temperatures, but no more people is training, real training while it's snowing or while it's dark in the night or it's raining. So I'm not sure if people is prepared to be so adaptable. I think people is ready to do their workout, take a hot shower, and come back in car to their homes, but they are not really prepared to change their mind about test their adaptability, try how to adapt to the terrain, how to deal with the fear of heights. I'm not sure. I
But
hope people do it.
But that's why you have your gym, right? Because most of the time people don't want to be outside, and you have to, that's the whole point for us to have MovNat facilities, is to allow more and more people to get back, to have this first connection when they like a
Yeah,
bridge between very highly sedentary and
yeah.
the outdoors. And the gym is the perfect. I like your expression, the laboratory. I like this term, and when do you think you can open again?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this summer or even in this September even. But maybe this September and October is going to be an increase of the infections. So in Spain, really things are not going to do in a very right way, in my opinion. So we have no ability to start again our business. Even in 9 of May, maybe we are starting to come out, maybe, but not. It's not very clear if we can, if some business can, others no. They are more worried about the restaurants, about the party, about the bars, more than health and the other options. Even more, I'm not worried about if we will be able to open. If not, we're going to adapt again virtually or one by one small business, small training or outdoor only training. I have to be adaptable. It's something that I have learned. So if I can open, will be very small groups. We are going to focus on reduce the gap between, hey, you are starting to deal with the balance beam. Okay, let's start again. Let's increase the height, increase the complexity, and go outside, because the final goal is be outside, not be here, because you get used to be very not be wet, not be not with cold, with, so you have to be used to the environmental situations. It's very big gap, and we have to close the gap between indoor and outdoor. This is our main goal for me.
So
I'm not sure if I'm going to open, really.
Okay. For the audience to understand and to present your gym, because I've been there twice, and I love it. I like this room is not the biggest room in the world, but you have a lot of things, and we can do already a lot of movements in there. And what I like is the proximity with a big park nearby, and even two, I would say. That's why it's for when we do a certification workshop in your gym. That's perfect, because we are able to work on a lot of skills inside, and then bring the group outside for the application, what we call the practical application of all those skills. So I think your location is very good, and I can see you adapting, like you said, and using this park, or maybe out somewhere else.
Yeah. In my opinion, there are some cool places in other Europe, for instance, that we have open spaces, forest even. They say, okay, I have the forest in my backyard. Okay, it's perfect. But, when people is very confident about moving with the balance beam, with the stones, with the bags, okay, and we come out and go to the real forest, to the wildest forest, moving rocks and wet and slippery, or the cracking branches. So it's the wild forest. But a park is another step between the gym, the park, the forest. So urban park has a lot of urban equipment that people never understand, that they can go railing, or they can use the seats to vaulting, or to practice precision jumping. Say, wow, I feel like a child, because I'm using the bordillos, the small stones, the gates, or small fountain, because it's a urban. It's not realistic, but it's another step between the wildest nature, the urban park, because concrete situations, small rocks, small logs, and your game, that is actually the non-natural. But yes, I was looking for that location because of that, because you try that, and 5 minutes later you can do it. Oh, remember that you were confident in the balance beam. Okay, it's the same, but you have to find out what is the difference. With the complex situation is about the variable is the demanda contextual, the contextual demanding. It's about, wow, it's the wine is hitting me, the rain, or people is looking at me, or not focused. So people understand very quickly. Okay, it's not about, wow, yesterday. No, it's about 5 minutes before.
What is interesting for me when I think about your the gym, everything you set up, is the fact that you are not only MovNat. And I think that's a pretty that can be very interesting for you to tell this story, because MCTs are not only MCTs as well, and they develop themselves in different ways, and to make also a living, to do business. So tell us about your experience having different educations, and how you put them together, and then where MovNat fit into all of this.
Okay, yeah, it's a very good question. I think MovNat is the top of the complexity, the top of responsibility. About if you want to do MovNat, you have to try MovNat from the very beginning, and it's a no ending trip. You always learn something. you have to improve. It's another time. But there are other systems that are in parallel. You can use CrossFit, you can use Spartan Race or Spartan SGX or Animal Flow or gymnastics or just lifting, because it's healthy for you, and it's not contradictory. Because okay, you can use always stones, or you can use the barbell. You can do it. You can do the homework. You can use the Olympic rings. You can do a muscle up, because it's good for you. But it's not so complex, in my opinion, that MovNat. I always say my clients, my students say, okay, this is my classes. The class is about playing with Ido Porta, playing with techniques or fighting Muki or exploration about playing. So they're complex, but they're like capoeira, like moving in the floor, just hand balancing. Okay, it's funny. It's very, very, very beautiful to see, but it's not practical. Wow, what means practical? Practical means that. And we started the MovNat sessions. When people is good at handstanding, at lifting heavy weights, so okay, they looks like they're stronger or they're strong. It's okay. Let's do MovNat, and you can thruster or snatch 100 kilos and say, let's do it with another guy, or do it with close your eyes, or just one heel, or you have broken your knee, so you can use it, or just to try to do in a very unstable position. And people realize that, wow, it's so hard. It's a point of, it's very hard. You say, okay, this is MovNat. MovNat is practical situation. You can try, you can practice whatever you want with a lot of practice, but the real life, even in the indoor, that is not so real that outside. The risk and the danger red pill, it's control. When you find out that is, wow, why can't do that in the lifting platform? I can do that, and with my perfect kettlebell, and why I can't do it with a bag, with a sandbag, or why I can do it with my wife? Why? Because you are not adapted. You can't do it, but you have to try. You have to rethink how to do it, how to position. And this is MovNat when appears MovNat. Say, okay, let's try this. Let's start this, and say, wow, it makes sense. And people say, I love MovNat, because after all, they learn a new thing, and they have a funny thing, a funny time, because like trying to feel like monkeys. They are out of vacation or climbing. They feel empowered. They find out that they are able to do things. Always a contextual demand. Sometimes we switch off the lights and get tied with ropes sometimes, and they have to escape, or they have to fight against others. Or imagine the face, one little girl or a small girl, and say, okay, lift the other guy, or this one. Say, wow, it's so big, I can't. Yes, you can. You should. Imagine this situation and say, wow, yeah, but this situation has never happened. Okay, imagine. And they start to think about fire or explosions, and they lift a heavy guy, because say, wow, I can do it. I'm a girl and I can do it. Okay. So MovNat, in my opinion, is the top of complexity, or the top of responsibility. About you can do, or you can practice MovNat with 100, even not 100% of your focus. If not, you are just thinking about balancing, about having a good time. If you want to learn, it's the most complex all of my systems. Even my system, my R10 system, that is a mix of Ido Portal, about gymnastics, about mobility, about animal flow, and MovNat. Okay, sometimes I will try this. This is from MovNat, because it's so hard and it's so complex. So let's do that. And people say, wow, what's MovNat? Next classes. So I encourage everyone to try MovNat, and to try to offer MovNat in a complex way, not easy way. Because if you look at the MovNat workout from the outside, say, what silly guys they are doing. They are crawling. What they are doing? Jumping? I know how to jump. No, it's not from the outside. What is the demand and contextual? You have to do that, and come back, and you can fall down. Wow. It's easy in the ground, in a small surfaces, in a flat surface. When you find out people is in the roof, say, wow, they are crazy people. This is the same technique. So I think that everyone, they offer MovNat in a complex way, not easy way, because not is not the whole potential of MovNat, my opinion.
Yeah, so I really love what you said. You know, everyone tells a story. You know, we have a journey. Our life is like a story,
Oh,
and I like how you basically you don't just accumulate those systems for the sake of having systems. You basically have those systems, but there is a story into it. Like you just said, basically you have MovNat as the most complex and the foundation, where after that people can have fun in other systems and they can explore new movements and they can, you know, in my experience, I can also we could think about having a gym, mixing MovNat and ball sports like basketball or football or volleyball,
or football.
because those are passions and in games and, you know, sports that are great to practice, but you need this foundation. So in the movement world, yeah, you have those other systems that you promote and you do in your laboratory. But the takeaway for all the MCTs could be, yeah, Rafa did that. He's always talking to his students about don't forget the MovNat practice. And I challenge you to do that before you can do something else. And if you can, no problem, have fun, you know, do something else, explore movements, explore the philosophy of other movements, you know. So that's why I like the way you do it. And from a business perspective, because I know you have a business
Yeah,
mindset as well from your past life in the finance,
yeah, flashlight.
you know that diversifying yourself, you know, not only having one product, so to speak, is way better for business. Okay.
Yeah,
uh,
yeah. MovNat is not easy to sell, because when you see someone that is hanging back doing handstands or lifting heavy weights or shaking, so it's wow, I want to do that. But when you show people moving efficiently, moving in the boots, making no noise, dealing with the balancing, say, okay, I can do it. No one say, wow, I can't do it. No, everyone thinks that they can climb a tree. Everyone. I never find out one people say, oh, of course I can climb. Let's do it. Wow, what? Cool. Have you ever done it? No, never. Okay, maybe you are over skilled. Okay, so movement is not easy to sell, because it's not so merchandise, or I don't know why, but most of the people loves my classes of movement when they try it. The first time say, I'm not sure, I'm looking for other things, but when they try, say, they realize, wow, I didn't think that this was so difficult to. But the time as was in this hour of movement, I was only thinking in that, only focusing on not losing my balance, not losing my thing, trying to land in this position. So it was the complete workout, because I not have no time, without noise, without no pressure, to focus on that, to realize on that, to be present. So uh, it's not easy in the perspective of the business, because not, CrossFit is, everyone knows what is, but no, movement is going to be increasing power, after that. After time is going to be opening. When we started in Spain, never, nobody knows what is natural training or natural movement or paleo or whatever. Nobody knows it. And even now, it's some people say, what's that? It's about this. Okay, easier. Let's try. Let's do it. It's about that. It has a lot of things behind us, but it's not easy. You should offer different things to complement that. Always thinking in movement like the big circle. That think about nutrition, about lifestyle, about the community. It's it's not about the size of your biceps, the size of your muscles. It's about your abilities, your techniques. You'll be round outlet, the rounded athlete. Not about just only focus on lifting. So my perspective is like we are human. It's a good point of a selling point, a selling good point, or say, okay, I do it this and makes me bigger, smarter, fastest, and stronger, because stronger in the most complex thing. I know I can get up my kid and get out, climbing by the window, and you can't, because you are so big. You only lifting things. It's my point of view.
Okay, and one last question I have in my mind is about online solutions, because we know everybody does that, and you also adapt yourself to the situation. You have no choice. What do you think about going full online, not meeting anyone and doing everything online? What do you think of this?
I'm scared. I'm scared about that, but I know it's the future. US people are used to do it in a virtual communities, or even they have a bigger houses, or they have big screen. But imagine most of the people in South America, people on small flats in Madrid or in Budapest. So people is, well, a small smartphone, I can do it, what he's doing. Okay, through coach or feedback like MovNat uses is a very good point to give daily practice about natural movement, about MovNat. And I think people will, when people use it, they say, okay, it works for me. But the most problem for me is the problem is that we lost the community aspect. If you practice alone MovNat, it's not easy. I think that you are not feeling outside. Maybe you are in a backyard. I'm jealous about your backyard. It's a very nice place, even sunny. Oh, no, don't do it. Don't do it. No. Oh, I hate you. I hate you. Imagine you can practice, you can make your own workouts, you can even your virtual classes. But I'm in a small flat, in a small places. I'm sharing. This is my backyard. It's the it's because it's my little kid room, because he's now in class. So can you imagine? I can lift, run, jump. No, it's like body weight training. It works for me very well, body weight training, moving, but I'm getting a lot of aspect of movement, like running, like jumping, like lifting, like adapting, because everything is correct. But online people, it's gonna be dividing people, not real enthusiastic people that is, okay, I have to defeat that, I have to be better. Even in that situation, I have to learn to be able when I came out. And other people say, oh, I only want to lose fat, I want to be fit, so this is not for me. So real MovNaters are going to find out how they can imagine small circuits. I'm thinking about putting some climbing holes in my walls to do things. It's my problem. I need a tree. So I think the most important is the big cities, small flats, not be able to understand MovNat, and maybe virtual classes are not working. But in your places or outside, it's gonna work. But small village, they do MovNat naturally. They are climbing trees. They are taking their own food. They are chasing. They are hunting. So they are MovNat. So they say, "What? It's the same. I do it." Oh, another technique. Okay, but it's not.
So yeah. So I think the take we have on it is to still believe that we'll be able to meet one day, like the people will be able to meet again, because otherwise the human race, is kind of dead. We have to make a living. We have to also reach out to more and more people. This is the goal of MovNat, to be, mainstream, change the this fitness industry for the better. And you contribute to this. But yeah, doing everything fully online is first of all, from a logistics standpoint, it's not easy with MovNat. Like you said, I don't have a tree, I don't have a bar, I don't have, But what we can use as an opportunity at this time is to teach a lot of ground movement for people. They can use their living room. I know you're doing a a lot of ground as well. You love that. And again, start with the foundation, and then once people are like, okay, I really feel good now, my hips are feeling strong, I develop some core strength from it, then you can have hopefully the opportunity to be outside. Hey, we have a
Yeah.
question from Ken. Do you think when going full online, people that are less motivated will drop off?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think that less motivated people is not going to what? Okay, it's something I don't need because it's easier to sell or to promote people, promote health people or with a machine. Imagine all of the online machines about rowing machines, TRX, or you can find out in online classes like Decathlon or like big malls that absolutely sold out. Everyone has bought a stationary cycle, a treadmill. There is no one. It's sold out. So most of people relates that you be health, you have to work out with a machine, not with yourself. So wow. And the other option is that to make calisthenics movement or like a HIIT or Tabata workouts like crazy people. So I think that this situation is the level 4 of the MovNat curriculum, that someone who passed this exam is going to survive and the other one is going to die, and we will reduce the population of the world about 60%, and only the worst, only the strongest can survive.
Cool,
It's
cool.
natural selection.
Yeah, it is. But again, our goal is to motivate people to. I would not say motivating, but I would say give them this vision. Give them this vision that they can do more than they are told. And they have been taught for their whole life. And once they start
Yeah.
moving, like a virtuous cycle.
One question in this position in this exactly time, I find out that my conferences about my group of students, we are focusing on the fundamentals of MovNat, about taking the book of MovNat, the natural movement practice, and they say, okay, this universality, about adapters, about the domains, because they have no time. We have no time during the year, during the normal situation, to talk about what is the fundamentals about movement, about speciality, about universality, about practicity. And this is a good point. We have some Zooms, some meetings about talking about what movement means, what is applicable for, what are we can measure that, we can apply to the normal life. So it's a good point for the MCTs if they want to share with their group about what is the building blocks of MovNat, why MovNat is different. So maybe now in a class you have no time to sit down and talk about. You have now the opportunity to record a video, to share a video about what are your thoughts about MovNat, about how to think, what to read, what to join, about other options. I think it's a good option. It works for me, so maybe other MCT can do it.
Yeah. So more MCTs are doing it now, and we encourage them to do it. We encourage the community to do online classes, and if they want some support, we are here to support. And I can tell you that our level 1 fundamentals e-course that we have released end of last year is working very well now. People are really going for it because they can see also the benefits of breaking it down and having a class online. That's not interactive, but we get a lot of feedbacks that people are happy that we anticipated somehow this but we and now I know Danny and the team, they are working on shooting another one, this time called MovNat Metabolic, which will be based on conditioning, fitness aspect, not only to know the movements, the fundamentals like we have, but then also challenging on the fitness side of it. So
sounds good. Sounds
We
good.
try to, and what would be great is to have a Spanish version of the e-course and other things like this. So
Oh, of course, of course, of course. Come with
we
me.
might be able to work together as well. In you know, the, like you said, we adapt. We adapt. We don't put our head down. We just keep going. We are not going anywhere. With guys like you and so many. Next week I will have a Hugo online
Oh, you go.
from France.
Nice guy. Nice guy.
Yeah, part of the last level 3 in Vienna as
Yeah.
well. So every week I try to really have someone that represents not only that how many years of doing it, but really have the philosophy, have the mindset, and have the kindness with other people to help and change. You change your life from the motorbike accident, and you're
Yeah.
changing many other lives in the process. So thank you for that, Rafa.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jerome. It's a pleasure for me to meet you and to meet MovNat. That changed my life absolutely. I encourage people to start, to keep safe, and to keep working because it's an opportunity. And right now we have to adapt, and we have to be positive about that. We can do it. I don't know if it's a virtual or not, but the best of the wishes for all of you. Best luck and keep safe. That's what.
I appreciate your time, Rafa. We did 1 hour, and I know you are busy with all this other stuff. So thank you for your time, and we will have this episode of the MCT show number 4 on YouTube. I will share it on the group. You can share it anywhere you want. I think we discussed some good stuff, and what we want to do to share with the community is to take some extracts of each show that have a particular topic, and we'll release on social media from time to time, because there are things that can be very interesting to just extract one particular topic and put it out there. So I already know a few things that I will want to share with the audience later on from our conversation now.
Thank you so much, Jerome. It's a pleasure.
Muchas gracias. Cuídate.
Gracias, amigo. Gracias, hermano.
Ciao.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for being here.
Thank you, everyone, for joining. Thank you. Bye-bye.